Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're reviewing a bunch of different scrub brands. So there's not a lot of scrub reviews on YouTube other than like Figs, which I have actually already reviewed Figs scrubs in like a whole separate thing. So if you're looking for a Figs review, go to that video. But in this video, I have a bunch of different brands, including Jaanuu, I don't really know how to say it, Cherokee, Grey's Anatomy, MIMs. We got a bunch of different brands today. If you guys didn't know, I am a dental student and I wear scrubs every single day to class. So I do have quite a bit of experience with scrubs. I'd say about half of the things I'm reviewing today I've had in my closet for about a year now, so I can speak to the quality and durability, but I also got some new stuff to try that I haven't really gotten to wear for a long period of time. So some of it will be kind of first impressions, some of it is more like I've worn this for a long time and we know how the quality is. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every time I post a video. So before we start, this is all unsponsored. I bought every single pair of the scrubs here with my own money, so none of this is biased or anything. I often have trouble with a lot of scrubs, especially the bottoms, because a lot of them feel like they're made with kind of people with stick thin legs, and I kind of have a more muscular build to my legs and a smaller waist, so usually I have trouble with things being kind of tight on my butt or my thighs. So if you relate to that, we'll be able to address that in the video today if this is gonna work for my people with muscular, thicker thighs. So first we're gonna start off with Grey's Anatomy by Barco. I have two different pairs from them today, and the sizing is a little off for me. One of the bottoms I wear a small, one of them I wear a medium, and they fit me pretty much the same, but anyways. I would say these are about a mid price point. The tops and bottoms are between $30 to $40. You can probably find them on sale somewhere as well. And these you can find on a bunch of websites. I think a lot of them are sold on Amazon, but they're also sold on Scrubs and Beyond, random scrub websites. I'll link them somewhere down below, but just know you can probably search the title of the scrubs and find them on another website if you wanted. And these scrubs I have had for almost 2 years now, but I would say they're actually not exactly the same in terms of quality, but we'll get into that. So first we have the Impact Harmony V-neck top. I do have these embroidered for my school because we're supposed to have our scrubs embroidered, so that did not come with the scrub top. This is something my school did. This one's $35.99. It is true to size. I wear a size small in basically all scrub brands, and this is a size small top. And on the website it says that the Impact line features a performance stretch fabric. And here's just your general disclaimer: if a scrub brand says that their fabric is stretchy, it's probably the most minimal amount of stretch you could ever imagine. So this one, vertically it doesn't stretch at all, but horizontally it has literally the most minimal amount of stretch. So I'd more call it give instead of stretch, and I wouldn't count on it being very stretchy. The fabric itself is a polyester rayon spandex, but it's only 3% spandex, so it's not gonna be the most stretchy. This one's just kind of your classic V-neck with two little front pockets. So this one you can't really tuck in very well because these kind of front pockets like this don't tuck in a very flattering way. Personally, I like to tuck in my scrubs. The other day, someone commented on one of my vlogs. They were like, "Why do you tuck in your scrubs? LOL." As if that was something funny. I'm like, why not? That's literally not funny. Tucking in your scrubs is a very normal thing. And initially when I bought these, I was worried about this tape detailing, because sometimes when you see logos and stuff in this material, they crackle and peel off. But this has been 2 years of wear so far, and mine has not cracked or peeled or anything. So the quality of this one is really good. So let's try this one on. All right, so here's the scrub top in a size small. And it does kind of have one of those slightly fit and flare shapes, but I don't think it's crazy. It has a slight scallop detail to the side of the top, and I definitely think it's meant to be worn not tucked in. We can tuck it in real quick and just see what it would look like. Yeah, so you could tuck it in, but I always feel like these little side pockets just look a little funny when you tuck it in, and then you can't put anything in the side pockets. I wouldn't say it's overly tight in the bust area, but it's definitely more fitted here than down here. And it has the side pockets. There's even a little pocket inside this one, and it has one of these little D-ring things, which maybe you're supposed to put a badge or something on this, but my badge has a little clip that I just stick onto the shirt. And then I don't think there's a lot of details in the back either, but here it is. So yeah, this one's really soft, and in my experience, it doesn't hold on to water really well, when I accidentally spray myself with the air water syringe. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite of the Grey's Anatomy scrubs. And the bottoms I have to go with these are the Women's Impact Cargo Drawstring Pants, something like that. I'll have them linked down below. These ones do come in petite, regular length, and tall. I got the tall ones. Another pair of the Grey's Anatomy, I got the regular length and I regretted it. So yeah, they do come in multiple lengths, which I think is really nice. These are $38 and I do wear a medium in these. I actually tried these on in like an actual scrub store like before I started dental school, and the small was like really tight on my butt and thighs, but the medium was fine, and the drawstring is like decent enough that you can like tighten it. So yeah, their waistband is a little bit different in color, kind of like a more athletic material waistband. They have zip pockets, drawstring, and they have a couple side pockets as well. And I wouldn't totally call these like a total relaxed fit. They're more of a slim fit than like the Figs cargo pants, but they're still not like totally tight all the way down the leg. So these are made of the same material as the top, so they have very, very slight amount of stretch. I wouldn't call them stretchy. Here are the first bottoms. I'm going to be reviewing all of the scrub bottoms without a scrub top, just because I think it's hard to see the whole top of the scrub bottoms if you're wearing a top. So these are a medium, and I definitely have some room in the waist, but I have a good amount of room in the legs, to which I could not have done a small. This one has an elastic drawstring, which I don't know, it's nice, but I also feel like it doesn't like stay up quite as well. And the drawstring does kind of do this kind of like little like paper bag style top thing, which I actually don't mind. I think it's fine. Two zippered front pockets, good for keeping things secure. You have the side cargo pocket and a little like top pocket. None of this is zippered. You do also have two back pockets. I would say this is about a mid to high rise, so I do like the length. And I wouldn't call them stretchy, but they're also not like super restrictive if I bend my knees or anything. And I like the fit of these pants because they're not like a slim fit, but they're also not super baggy, so they just kind of fall really nicely on my legs. And this is the long length, and they're like the perfect length for me. I definitely couldn't have done any shorter. They also have that little slit in the back, which helps it from catching on your shoes or whatever. So I actually like these pants a lot. So this is the classic fit 2-pocket scrub top. I actually haven't worn these a ton. I've really only washed them like maybe 3 to 5 times because I don't love how the bottoms fit me. So this one I've tested the quality a little bit less. This one's a little cheaper. It's $25.99. This is just a polyester rayon blend, so there's no spandex, so there's really no stretch to it. It is a decently soft material overall though. Sometimes scrub materials have that kind of like shiny, like stiff material, and all of the Grey's Anatomy ones I've tried so far at least do have a good amount of like flexibility to them, and they're just like kind of soft and not stiff. So this one just has your classic like 2 pockets in the front again. And something I don't love about it is it has like this little like random crinkle thing in the back that does absolutely nothing, and I just think it looks like a little weird, so not in love with that. But let's try this one on. This one's also true to size, and I wear a size small. All right, well clearly I haven't worn this one as much because you can literally see like crease marks on it. Compared to the last one, definitely has a more like boxy shape, or it's not even boxy, it's like they're trying to do the fit and flare, but it just turns into like a triangle tent. I don't know. This one has the same little front pockets, except it doesn't have any little extra details. It's just the front pockets. V-neck, but it feels like a higher V-neck than some. Like, it's definitely not going to show any possibility of cleavage. Just kind of this little open slit at the side to give a little more room. And then in the back, you have that weird, like, little like scrunch thing that I just don't really understand the purpose of it. But yeah, this one's soft, doesn't have a ton of stretch, but I'd say it's okay. This is another one that I don't really think you can tuck in though, so it's just kind of like, I don't know, a little boxy for me. The bottoms to go with these are the women's active bottoms, and I do wear a size small in these, so I'd say they're a little more true to size. They do come in multiple lengths. I got the regular length, and when I'm not wearing shoes, it looks normal, but when I wear shoes, they just, you can just kind of see it just hits me a little bit above my ankles, and it kind of looks like floods, and I hate when my pants look too short like that. These kind of have like more of like a yoga style waistband. Like I said, I've only worn these specific bottoms like a couple times, and the logo has already half peeled off, and like the rest of it is like starting to like flake off too. So some questionable quality things with this one. And this one doesn't have any zipper pockets. It's just kind of your regular like side pockets and butt pockets. So nothing crazy. Let's try them on. Our first guest of the show. Oh, he's out. He's out. Pinto, you don't want to say hi? So here are these pants. They're definitely a lower rise than the last ones, which maybe is another reason I don't like them quite as much. A solid low to mid rise for me. And I like just like a little more height in the back so that if they ever, you know, come down a little bit, which they do come down as a lot of pants do, you're not like showing your underwear, you know? I don't know why high rise hasn't really made its way to like the like scrub industry. It's all over leggings, you know? Give me some more high rise. Like these are like 90s low rise. Okay, anyways, these are a size small. They're true to size for sure. I like the waistband in that it's stretchy, it's not cutting in or anything, and it's comfortable. And these are a nice like straight leg, kind of relaxed fit. And the fabric is soft. I'd say they're overall comfortable. They're just not really the most like flattering. And I really needed the longer version because they look long enough, like as it is here, but after like sitting around in them in class and stuff and just like, I don't know, they end up looking short over time, and I don't like when my pants are short. Pretty spacious pockets in the front here. They go pretty deep down. The back pockets are pretty small, and they have a little slit at the side of the leg here. So these ones are my personal fave, but if you don't like high rise, they're actually pretty soft. Next, we have some scrubs from the brand MIMs. And MIMs stands for Millennials in Medicine, and I came across them on Instagram a while back, and I've kind of been following them, and I finally got a pair of their scrubs during their Black Friday sale, and I actually really like them. They don't have a ton of styles, like they only have jogger bottoms. They did have a couple tops, but not all the tops come in all of the colors. This is just kind of my go-to top style that I like anyway though, just kind of very basic with just like the single pocket here. Their stuff's very true to size. I ordered a size small and it fits me really well. Since I have to wear gray to class, I will say I just like wish people would stop making this like textured graphite gray. This is the type of gray. It's definitely softer than the Figs version. Figs has a similar like graphite gray, and that fabric compared to their other fabrics is just like not as soft. This one is softer than that. I still just don't love the graphite gray. So this is the women's Bambi Gray scrub top. I got mine on sale, which I would recommend doing for most scrubs anyway. You can like always find these things on sale. Pretty inclusive size range. You have extra, extra small to extra, extra large. I wear the small, and it's a poly rayon spandex blend. This one has a 4% spandex, and again, I wouldn't really call it stretchy. It like maybe has a little bit of give to it, but it's really not stretchy. Here's the top. So it just has the one pocket here. So not a ton of pockets for the top, but I don't really put anything in my top pockets anyway, so I don't really care about pockets in my scrub tops. And this is a size small. I'd say it fits me really well. If I size down, it'd probably be a little too tight in like the bust area, but I wouldn't say it's like huge. It kind of has like a boxy shape, but I generally wear this tucked in. So here it is not being tucked in first, and then we can tuck her in. And here's what it looks like tucked in. I just like tucking in my scrubs because I feel like it gives me a little more of like a waist, I don't know, instead of just being like boxy, then like probably not very slim fitted pants anyway, so I like tucking mine in. But yeah, I love this top. The material is super soft, and I've washed these a decent amount and haven't noticed any quality issues, and I'm not sure if I sweat a whole lot in it, but I definitely get a little water spray on me here and then in like in lab and clinic, and it has dried pretty quickly, so I love these scrubs. So like I mentioned before, they only have jogger style scrub pants. So these are the joggers, they're $48. And so far they only have regular and petite lengths. I would love to see them come out with a tall length as well. Although usually for jogger style scrubs, I do go for the regular length because I kind of like to show like a little bit of ankle. I don't like when my joggers are too long. These ones have like a nice bungee elastic waist with a drawstring. I don't absolutely love the strings they have for their drawstring, but it works. They have both front pockets. They have back pockets. They also have like a side cargo pocket with a zip and a little cuff at the bottom of the ankle. So they have a lot of details, and one thing I like about these scrubs, they're a little more high rise than the Figs joggers, and they have a little more room for the butt and thighs. So I'm actually a huge fan of their joggers. Let's try them on. All right, so here are the MIMs joggers. These are in a size small. And I don't even have the waistband tightened, but in the small, they fit me perfectly in the waist, and they still have a lot of give to them because they're nice and stretchy. Not that this is the most important thing in scrubs, but I feel like they're actually pretty flattering on the glutes, and they're just like overall flattering on my shape in general, I think. And as you can see, they're a nice high rise, basically come up to my belly button, and I really didn't even have to pull them up that much. They have super deep front pockets. They go all the way down here, and they have side pockets. With my scrub pants, I love to have a side pocket like this because this is where I like attach my loops light when I'm working in lab or on my patients, and a zipper pocket and back pocket. So there's just like a lot of pocket options. And while these aren't necessarily like stretchy stretchy. They still do have a good amount of give to them. And when I bend down like this, I don't feel a tightness in my knees. So I really like the material. While they're snug on my legs, they're really not squishing my thighs at all. And I don't feel like they're super, super tight. And even on my calves, which I have very big calves, I still don't feel like they're tight. Like I have some fig scrubs and they're super tight on my calves, but I still wear them. These ones are actually not at all uncomfortable on my calves. So this is the regular length on me. They do come a little bit short, but I think with like a nice cute pair of shoes, like in clinic, like it looks cute. So I don't mind like the slightly shorter length, but if you're much taller than me, they might be a little awkwardly short and they don't come in tall lengths, which is a little unfortunate. Bungee thing here, I'm not really sure what that is for. And then we can tie up the drawstring as well. I've also worn them quite a bit for the past like 3 or 4 months and washed them every week, and I haven't noticed any issues with the quality. And now we're getting into some of the scrubs that are more like first impressions for me, because I have not worn these for a long time, but I always see Jaanuu scrubs all over like Instagram and stuff, so I wanted to give them a try. I have to say I was like a little disappointed looking at their website because they just really seem like they only cater to like the slim pant styles, because I actually did purchase a pair of Jaanuu scrubs like maybe like 3 to 4 months ago, totally intending to like wear them and like them, and they were the jogger style and they were so tight on my calves and my thighs that I couldn't even wear them. And when you go to the relaxed style fit on their section of the website, meaning like the most room for your legs, there's literally like almost only joggers there, and the joggers were not very inclusive to thicker legs. So my hopes are like not super high, and one of the only other relaxed fit style pants is just like not very cute. I feel like that's a very common thing with people with like bigger thighs or just like plus size in general. They just give you less cute styles, and like you should be making cute styles for all body types. Anyways, little rant. I'm definitely not even like the thickest of all the thighs. I just do have more muscular legs that I struggle to fit into pants, so I do struggle sometimes. Not every woman wants to wear skin tight pants all the time. Okay, we'll actually review them now. So first I wanted to try their yoga pants because I'm not sure if like these would actually be like seen enough as scrubs to like wear them in like a hospital like clinical type environment. I think I've actually seen people wear these before, but they're like literally yoga pants. So these are $50. Most of their pants are $50. I think they offer you like 15% off your first order though. And these technically come in extra, extra small to 3XL, and they didn't have any tall lengths. So not all of their pants come in multiple lengths, which is annoying because these are like the same price as Figs, and all the Figs pants do come in multiple lengths. So, and these are made of their Spin Rix fabric, which is supposed to be the softest knit fabric solution to enter the game of scrubs. Sometimes I think the way that brands describe their stuff on their websites is just really funny. And all of their fabrics are treated with an antimicrobial finish, which I do definitely like, because in the dental field we got, you know, germs flying around all the time. So these are a rayon nylon 5% spandex, and I will definitely say that these do have real stretch to them, but they definitely don't feel like scrubs. They feel more like yoga pants. So here's a close-up of the fabric. If you can kind of see what I mean, they do really look like more like yoga pants. They have a classic yoga pant waistband with a band at the top. If you're familiar with my activewear reviews, I don't love to see that, but these are scrubs. I don't really care as much. They definitely are more of a yoga pant shape. They kind of have like a flare bottom, which when I used to wear yoga pants more like this and they were too short, the flare looks kind of weird if like it's not long enough for you and they don't come in multiple lengths. Yeah, they just kind of have like a bunch of side pockets. They even have a little zip pocket in the back of the waistband. You know what? I'm gonna squat test these because they're more like yoga pants than scrubs. So why don't we squat test them? Let's try them on. All right, so here are the yoga pant scrub bottoms, and you know, I don't hate them. I just think that the sizing is a little bit off, because if you guys watch my activewear reviews a lot, you would know that I am almost always a size small. Like very rarely do I wear an extra small in any leggings, and these are essentially leggings or yoga pants, and they're honestly like pretty huge in the waistband for me. Ton of extra fabric in the front here. Like this isn't actually like wearable for me. I would definitely have to get a size down. Decent amount of space around here as well, and there's no drawstring or anything. So these aren't adjustable, so the sizing really isn't very forgiving. I would recommend sizing down in these. I would actually be wearing an extra small in that case. I do actually really like the fabric, just because sometimes when you're like I don't know, around all day in scrubs and they're stiff and tight. It's just not very comfortable, and these really are super stretchy. Like, they have a lot of stretch to them. So if you're constantly moving and like bending down, picking things up, and just like, I don't know, on the go a lot, I would actually recommend this fabric because it's really nice to have a stretchy scrub fabric. Pretty decent side pockets. You actually have 2 little layers of pockets here. You have some on this side as well. The only thing, since you don't have like a drawstring here, if I was wearing this and in this size, like, they would fall down because there's nothing really holding them up. It is a double thickness waistband though, so I imagine in a size that actually fits, maybe get some tummy control or something. Nice little zipper pocket back here, so you'd probably just be able to fit a key. It's not like the biggest pocket in the world. I don't know why I sat on the ground and decided to collect all this cat hair, but I did. They have your kind of classic like yoga pant shape, kind of tight down to the knee and then a slight flare. But yeah, I think with a scrub top over this, they don't really look totally like yoga pants. So I think you can get away with having these as actual scrub bottoms and no one would like blink an eye really, but they're a little more comfortable. So I do also like these. And to go with those, we have the women's 4-pocket V-neck top. And this is made of the same fabric. And I will say, if you're looking for a pair of scrubs that has actual stretch to it, these ones truly are a stretchy fabric. And honestly, they're almost more of like an activewear fabric than they are a scrub fabric. So it's definitely different. This one's $42, comes in the same 2 extra small to 3XL range. And it's just like a little classic V-neck with 4 pockets. So you have the 2 pockets down here, and this one has like a little pen pocket inside, and then this one even has a little zipper pocket. So let's try this on. Okay, I'm not upset at this scrub material. So this is the first scrub top ever that I've had that is like truly stretchy and isn't like, you know, difficult to get on. Most of the tops we've tried, like, once they're on, they're totally fine, but everything's a little tight to get on and off just because it doesn't have any stretch. This one actually has a lot of stretch. And while I don't usually like the kind of like fit and flare tops, I actually think this one is pretty flattering. And I don't know, maybe it's just the color because I'm so used to trying on like boring gray all the time, but this is actually pretty cute. I like where the neckline hits. It's not too low that like if you lean in a certain way, you might like expose your bra or something, but it's still very comfortable. I can imagine this material is probably pretty sweat wicking since it's literally feels like a workout material to me. It's not like a brushed workout material. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like Lululemon Luon, maybe like a little less structured. I don't know. You have these 2 front pockets and you also have a little zip pocket in here. The only thing about having a stretchy material and having like heavy front pockets is it's definitely gonna get like weighed down more easily because it has the stretch to like give, which is just why I don't love like putting a lot of heavy stuff in any front pockets I have in my scrub tops. Has one of the little slits at the side here. I think the back is pretty plain. And from afar, I don't think it looks like a workout material, so I think you could totally pass this off as a regular scrub top. It's just like a little more comfy. And I actually would definitely wear this. I'm a fan of this top actually. And I really didn't want to get gray, but to be honest, most of their fun colors didn't come in the tall lengths. So I had to get gray because I wanted to try the tall length scrub pants. So these are the pants that I was talking about with like the wider leg that aren't super cute. They're the Essential Relaxed Pant, and these ones do feel like a true scrub material, more like the Figs or the Grey's Anatomy. It's the Fuse Rix fabric, and they say it has a 4-way stretch. It really doesn't have any stretch, so that's what I say. Don't trust when they say they have stretch. This is a poly rayon spandex blend, and it is 6% spandex, so you know it should have a little more stretch, but it definitely is like your classic scrub fabric. So at least fabrics like this tend to be very durable. So these just don't look super cute to me. They just have kind of like a boring elastic waistband. The drawstrings on the inside of the waistband, which I never like when drawstrings are on the inside. I don't know, it's like, why would I want that against my skin? Literally no other details. They have pockets, but they're very subtle, and they have some pockets in the back, but they don't even look like that wide to me. So I don't know how flattering these are gonna be, but let's try them on. I am upset because these are the widest leg pants they have on their website, and look at my calves. They're literally tight on my calves. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but literally they are snug onto my calves. Like I can pull this up and it just sits on my calves. So that sucks. They're also literally tight on my thighs too. Like, why is there no pant option if I don't want things like suffocating my legs like this? This is exactly what I was worried about with the relaxed fit pants. This is just like not cute at all. And I know we're not necessarily wearing scrubs to be cute, but I don't want to look like this, okay? Like hugely baggy in the waist. Like I don't need all of this space right here. And so tight on my thighs and my calves. These are absolutely horrible. Do not recommend these at all. I also hate having the drawstring on the inside because then you tie it and it just like sticks out there. I don't know, that's not cute. There's also just no details to really like give anything like interesting on these. Like you just have like some regular pockets, but they don't really look like anything. And I mean, at least they're long. Their long versions are actually like super long. I don't know if it's because I can barely even like get these up to where they should be because they're so tight on my legs, but these are a disappointment. So I got one more pair of pants. These are the 4-pocket pleat front pants in the same gray. And these ones are also technically in their slim leg line category. They do kind of taper towards the bottom. Hopefully these will work with my legs. Just kind of 2 pockets in the back, made of the same Fuse Ricks fabric as the last ones that like say they have stretch but don't really have a lot of stretch. I do like the waistband of these a little more. It's kind of just like a nice solid elastic waist with a drawstring on the outside. And this one doesn't even come in any tall lengths. It's just regular and petite. So this is just a regular length. Let's try it on. Honestly, it's pants like these that literally made me almost like cry the first time I went scrub shopping because I thought that my legs looked so horrible in all of these. And this is a perfect example. First of all, I wouldn't recommend any Jaanuu scrubs that are not the stretchy fabric. Like the stretchy fabric is great. Recommend that. This fabric is super tight. The fact that they say this has stretch is honestly kind of a joke because my knees are like super tight in this. And like these look okay, maybe from afar. Like the waist is actually pretty nice. It's a nice high rise and I do like that. The pockets are nice because they actually have like a mesh lining to them and they're like a little bit stretchy. So they may not be as deep as some scrub pockets, but it's pretty good. These didn't even offer a long length. And just like look how it's like skin tight on my thigh, loose at my knee, and then skin tight at my calves, and then like flares out to be like too short on me. And just as a reference, this is like very similar to what their joggers did to me as well. They were like so tight on my calves and they looked weird. And yeah, I don't really think I need to say much more about these other than they're not super stretchy. The waist is nice. If you have really thick, thin legs, would these work for you and probably be cute? Yeah, but not if you're tall because, you know, they're gonna be too short on you. But just kind of a disappointing moment. I also feel like the butt pockets are a little weird. Like they're trying to like come out. And like, I just don't really imagine that this would like stay put very well. This is the kind of pocket that literally can like come out. So I don't know. I don't love that for these back pockets. To go with those, I got the relaxed 3-pocket scrub top. So you have one of these like little upper pockets and 2 of the little like kangaroo pockets down here. And in general, I don't love this little like 2 lower pocket design because it just really gets weighed down when you actually put stuff in these pockets. And like I said, I like to tuck my scrub tops in. So it's got a V-neck and these interesting little cutout details here made of the same fabric. It feels pretty lightweight and this might be a nice shape. And I do actually like their color of gray. It's not that like graphite textured gray that like the figs or the MIMs are. It's just like kind of classic gray. So let's try this on. All right, so here is the top. Pretty standard at this point. Again, can't really tuck this kind of top in because of these little pockets. So you're kind of left with a slightly, I don't know, baggier shape. I just liked the way that the stretchier fabric shirt just kind of like sat a little better on me. These like stiffer fabrics just kind of want to be a little boxier. So not quite as nice in my opinion. I still think the fabric is actually pretty soft, not stretchy, but it is comfortable once it's on. This top pocket has a little mesh lining in here, and then you have the front pockets, which are pretty spacious. It goes pretty far down on me, especially since I have a long torso. It's already covering half of my butt, and my torso is like the long part of me, and I'm already tall, so I think the back is pretty basic, just has a little like, some little pin details to maybe bring it in a bit. But yeah, I think this top is fine, nothing special. I just don't really have any pants to go with it because the 2 gray pants are not really a big hit for me, so. And lastly, I wanted to try one more affordable kind of Amazon scrub brand. These are from Cherokee, and this is the Mock Wrap scrub top. This one's only $18, and it's a polyester rayon spandex blend, only 2% spandex, so again, wouldn't really call it like stretchy. And I will say this one doesn't feel quite as like soft as some of the other scrubs. It's one of the more like stiff fabrics that not totally loving, but maybe it'll be a good fit on. So let's try it. These are not it for me. The fabric just like kind of like has this like almost like noisiness, and it's just definitely thinner than the other materials. Not like in like, oh, a lightweight, this isn't gonna like make me sweaty way, but just in like kind of a cheaper way. It has like a little bit of shininess to it that I don't love. I think that this wrap is just like in a weird place. Like, why would it go like directly over your boob like this? I don't like that. It has plenty of pockets, so that's probably nice. I don't really know what people use all of these things for, but this is probably made for nurses, and I'm not a nurse, so I don't know what you'd use that for. And yeah, it's just very stiff, so I can have to feel a tightness, you know, when I'm moving around, and it's just like not the cutest. And I'm just gonna jump right to the pants because I'm tired of trying on scrubs. And the pants to go with it, these were only $20. Same material with just a 2% spandex, and the waistband is interesting. I don't love these waistbands that are like flat in the front and then like a bungee elastic in the back, because I don't know, I just feel like it looks a little weird, and I'd rather it just be elastic all the way around because that's more likely to fit me. Fabric definitely wrinkles quite a bit. Looks like it has a decent amount of pockets and everything. Again, not the softest material, but I might like the shape of the legs. I wonder if it came in long lengths. I think this did come in multiple lengths, so let's try it. And here they are. The waistband is not great. Like, I tied this as tight as I could, and it just like barely wants to like tighten. And now that I've tightened it, it's like stuck, and yeah, I just feel like this is not the most, oh, you like tighten it this way? Okay, that's a little better. I don't know, I guess it does tighten, but then it crinkles up a lot. I just think I would have liked this elastic material all the way around. No butt pockets, I guess, but we do have some front pockets and some cargo pockets and a little slit at the bottom. I just think this material is going to look super wrinkly all the time. Like, I don't see this material like not getting a lot of wrinkles in it, and it just doesn't feel great. So in a future video, I can try a bunch more affordable scrub brands and do like an affordable scrub review. I tried to throw these in thinking that these might work as an affordable scrub brand, but just not really loving them, and I can't say I'd recommend these. So comment down below any affordable scrub brands you have that aren't like weird material like this. It may actually fit a more muscular leg type, and that would be great. But for now, yeah, this is a small. Why are all the smalls so big in my waist? I'm not an extra small. All right, guys, so that's it for this giant scrub review. It's probably really long. I say this at the end of any video that I have to review a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get all the details to you guys. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm definitely interested in maybe getting another pair of those like stretchier Jaanuu scrubs, but the other ones, not so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.